Assalamu alaikum class. Welcome to online lecture number 12. Today's lecture is about classes and objects. So you are in the phase of now to run the programs in higher levels, and this will be your deviating point. You are now in a stage of learning programming in a form of upper level. Whatever we have discussed was the basics, it is C. So classes and objects basically are the features which are added to C++, which differentiate it from the C language. So functions was very important, which we were discussed in the previous lectures. Try to understand that functions, and because these all the things we have discussed will be used in these classes and objects. So I want to tell you the motivation behind the classes. So what is the motivation of a classes? If we have a bulk of functions, like more than 100 or 1000 functions, so in a program, how can we figure out which program is for what? So take your example of your class, that you are CSC department and you are from third semester students, so it differentiates from the other CSC students who are in different classes. So we can easily recognize you that three semester students are these, because you have a class. So understand, that is class. So in the class we can define our functions, and that functions we can call in the main function. And what are objects? Objects are like the variables, that in the class we have functions. So to call or access these functions we need objects. So we will see the theoretical part in the next slides. So C++ is an object-oriented programming. It is well known that it has object-oriented concept. Everything in C++ is associated with classes and objects, along with its attributes and methods. So here everything means if in the class we have more functions and we are using the concept of classes. So in the big perspective, everything means that almost C++ language have the functions of these classes. So that is why we are saying everything. Understand? So take the example, in the real life a car is an object. The car has attributes such as weight and color, and methods such as drive and brake. So what are attributes and methods? Attributes and methods are basically variables. Variables means attributes, and methods means functions that belong to the class. These are often referred to as a class members. So we have a variable to store the data and functions to get some work from that part of lines. So what is class? A class is a user defined data type that we can use in our program, and it works as an object. That object have what? Attributes and methods. Constructor are a blueprint for creating objects. Clear? So you will know what are constructor and blueprint. Blueprint means exact copy. Okay, so we are now discussing the syntax, that how we are going to write the class in the C++ program. So first of all, this is the class keyword, we have to write it, and after that we have to write the class name. It is good practice to start the name of class the beginning of first letter should be capital. It is not mandatory. And the second part is that public. What is public? It is an access specifier. What does access specifier means? That if you create a class and that class have functions, and that function you want to call in the main function, so this is we are going to give the main class an access that you can access our functions from our class. So public works like that, and there is another access specifier, that is private. If we write the private, that main class cannot access the functions of our my class. So this is the concept of access specifier. And here we have a attribute like variable, that is integer is data type and my name is the variable name. String is the data type, my string is the attribute like variable. We can store here numbers, and this is the curly bracket. Inside we will define our variables and access specifier, and in the end we have a semicolon. So you can see the class keyword is used to create a class called my class. My class is the name, class is the keyword, and used to create. So as I told you, these are some reserved words. Keywords are the reserved words which is have a special meaning in C++. Clear? The public keyword is an access specifier, as I told you, which specifies that members or attributes and methods. Methods is other name function of the class are accessible from the outside the class. Okay, now inside the class there is an integer variable my num and a string variable my string. When variables are declared within a class, they are called attributes. At last, end of the class definition with a semicolon. So we are now create an object. In C++, an object is created from a class. So like in the class you have all the classmates so one will be chosen to do some specific task like the work of CR, let's suppose. So my class is class created, so now we can use this to create objects. Like we have an object. What is object? A car. So that car have attributes like weight and color, and its method is driving. Clear? To create an object of my class, specify the class name followed by the object name. To access the class attributes my num and my string, use the dot syntax on the object. So I will show you in the program how it works. So do not worry about these theoretical things, it is very easy. You will understand and learn by practice. Programming is like practice. The more you practice, the more you learn. So we are in example point phase, that create an object called my object and access that attributes. So see the program, hash include a stream and hash include a string. That string library consists of the string characters, using them space std. So now we are in the phase okay. So make sure that after our these library files we have a class definition here, like the function user defined function we defined before the main function. So this is our program class. My class is the class name, its body is opening here, public is the access where here colon is important like syntax, and here integer my number, string my string, and this is the closing bracket and semicolon. So here we create our class. Now in the, because it is public means main function can access these variables and attributes. Clear? So that is access specifier is function is here. So we will see to create an object, that object will call these two functions. sorry, attributes. So here we have integer main, small parenthesis, middle bracket. My class is the class name. My object, this name will be anything, it is up to you, but here class name should be same and the pattern should be same. And here is the my object semicolon. So create an object of my class. Here we, so what is the need to create the object here? Like we have more than 1000 classes in some C++ program. So which class objects we are calling, that is why we are need to define the object. So my class, my object colon, so we create the object. Now my object, this is my object of my class. Dot, what is dot? Dot is, I told you in the theoretical part of view, that it defines the connection between your class attributes and call in the main function. And here we have a my number which is equal to 15, and my object dot my string is equal to some text. So we have see out my object dot my num. So whatever will be here like 15, and here my object dot string some text slash n. So 15 and some text will be printed in the program. So we have more multiple objects like hash include iostream string using namespace std. We have a class of car, public is access specifier. Here we have a string data type which is brand, string data type which is model, and integer which is year. And here we finish our bracket. So we have a main function here, car. What is car here? Class. Car object 1 is what? To create the object of class car. So car object 1 dot brand is equal to BMW. Car object 1 dot model is equal to X5. Car object 1 dot year is equal to 1999. So here these two data types are of a string and this is integer. So similarly, car object 2 Ford Mustang in 1969. So in the cout we will call these functions. So try to implement these two programs and show the output as you finish the video. To me it is very easy. I hope you all will do better. Clear? So the next lecture will be of the object oriented programming, more concept. So see you in the next class. Love is.